What's up, guys? It's Roll here, coming to you with Something RX. Today we're doing our first video podcast as we air down / assault bike. Here with Amanda Allen. How you going?
I'll be okay soon, thanks.
You'll be okay soon? Yeah. Why are you not feeling the best right now?
I just annihilated myself yet again, and it wasn't pretty.
Wasn't pretty?
And never is.
Never is,
and,
yeah.
So now it's a process of recovery.
Recovery?
Yeah.
So we're here in Adelaide where it's a nice 38 degrees or something like that.
Yeah.
It's really hot, especially hotter in there. It's kind of like an oven, like a very moist, wet oven that probably only makes some movements a little bit harder.
That was hard.
Yeah.
It was awful.
So Amanda, what's been in the cards for you today? What did you get up to?
Yeah, I did some lifting and I did that very badly.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember what I do. Yeah, some snatching, some clean and jerking. The clean and jerking was horrendous.
Yeah.
And
high weights or heavy weights or light reps? Or light weights?
Well, I would have liked it to have been heavier, but today it was just not happening, and the planets didn't align. And
yeah.
I just have to accept that. Like, some days are just hard work with little return, but you still do the work anyway. And I'm just putting today down to that. Yesterday was just a monster of I just get on a roll and I just keep going. So yesterday, it was hot.
Yeah.
Yesterday I just smashed all manner of gymnastics and squatting and more gymnastics. And
yeah.
I'm probably paying for it today.
Yeah. What did you do after lifting?
I did this more lifting.
Yeah.
And until I actually.
It's alright. We like this sort of stuff.
I pulled the plug. I did. I was supposed to get up to some heavy power cleans, and they didn't get very heavy. And but some days you just got to pull the plug. And today, I just decided to pull the plug on that, and just move on. So then I think that's when you guys arrived. So I was just getting ready for my workout. I've never got much of a personality before a workout because, I know I'm about to push myself to the brink of death.
Yeah.
Which is what any CrossFit workout kind of is, really. If you're doing it right, you're right on the edge of crazy dead.
Yeah. How do you find that you keep finding that special mix, keep pushing yourself to that age? So I think when you first start CrossFit, you don't understand how you could just push yourself as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Then eventually you start realizing, I could maybe game this workout a little bit this way. I could probably not do a set of 15 unbroken. I should do 8 and 7. How do you?
I don't know. I think training's the place to find out how hard you can push yourself, and regionals and games and competitions is and the open is when you play the game.
Yeah.
But you've got to be constantly pushing the envelope and pushing mentally beyond where you think you're capable. And I just had those 3 rounds of 30 shoulder overhead, 100 double unders, and I wanted to do all 30 shoulder overhead unbroken, at 45 kilos. And like at the end of the day, I worked it out lying on the floor like, oh, well, that's 90 shoulder to overhead in a very short space of time. And it's like, it's not surprising that you didn't end up doing 30 unbroken each round.
Yeah.
But I get in my head that's what I want to do, and that's what I try to do.
Yeah. You obviously were in America. How was that? How was that experience?
It was like I 50% loved it and I 50% hated it. Loved because there's so many opportunities, that's where CrossFit was born in the States, and so many people, so many amazing athletes and camps and specialists and huge gyms, and I don't know, it was just, had huge opportunities, and I embraced them all, and, won the games, and then kicked on and headed up to Connecticut and had the opportunity to compete on Philly Founders in the new Grid League, and that was kind of crazy and actually quite a rough year, the first year, and lots of issues. And
it was quite controversial.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate for us. We had an owner that in the end decided to pull the pin, but they almost sent me home, and then I decided to stay, and then there was another match, and then we didn't know if we were going to be, if the owner of our team was going to pay for us to go compete. So we all decided as a team, screw it, we'll just we'll fund ourselves if it comes to that. We'll go and compete. We won't.
Did it come to that?
No, thankfully we were all willing to, and maybe sometimes that's all you have to be, is willing to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And we came really close, like one rep off of making the semi-finals.
Yeah.
But that was the best match. We had a proper race, and it was wild.
Yeah.
It's heavy, it's fast, it's strategy, it's a game of chess, speed chess.
Yep.
But it's great just to work with amazing athletes and amazing coaches, and be a part of something, you know, like so unique and so brand new. And I think I think it was about the 4th athlete signed to the grid and the first Australian. Yeah. And it's not bad, you know. What am I? 44. Yeah. Doing all right for 44, you know, a professional CrossFitter. So
it's pretty cool. Who was your coach over at the grid?
Jason Layden. He's a coach at CrossFit Milford. He's done a lot of coaching for CrossFit HQ, and delivers seminars all over the world, and we're hoping to get him out this year, maybe later in the year with some other guys.
What was it like to have someone of that caliber?
He's just a really genuinely good guy and encouraging coach, and you know, very talented coach and capable, and he really brought the team together. That's the thing, you got to bring a team together. Like, we all arrived, we were a bunch of CrossFitters, you know, who CrossFitted, you know, as individuals. Yeah.
Was that hard to get so many people who, I guess, are very individually driven to join as a team, or was
Oddly enough, and I think it really depends on your leader. It wasn't at all. We all, that was the best part about our team, was the actual unity that we had and cohesiveness. And I know a lot of teams didn't have the same thing. They had a lot of personality clashes and issues, and we didn't have that. You know, that was the beauty of our experience. We had other issues. And they weren't great, but
because I watched the grid pretty closely, and you know, as soon as I saw that it might have been had the plug pulled in it halfway through it, that was a bit concerning.
I was pretty devastated, you know. Changed my life.
Did you guys find out like everyone else, just through social media, or?
We were all headed to Miami, and Philly founders were headed to Philadelphia that morning. I was on the road. People were on planes, on trains, in transit. Yeah. Got pulled off of planes, got pulled out of trains, got pulled off the road and sent home. And I was already on the road. Most of us were. It was. It's just unfortunate, really unfortunate. Yeah. A lot of drama. Yeah.
New season coming up with the games and grid. What's your #1 priority at the moment?
Never changed. It hasn't changed. This will be the 5th year. Yeah. And you know, the goal
back to the games
is to head back as an individual. That's the thing I've worked towards. And I mean, I don't know. You don't know from year to year. I've been so close, and if the rules that they now have in this year were applied, the last 3 years we've seen, you know, would have headed to the games, but as an individual, but you know, I didn't. And who knows, maybe this year top 5 go and I don't quite make it. Who knows? Like, it's just you don't know who's going to turn up. You don't know what the workout's going to be. You don't know, are you injured? Are you sick? You know, have you done all the prep? So I'm doing everything I can, and you know, the worst case scenario for me is I head back as a master, you know, and have an opportunity to defend my title for a 3rd time, and you know, that's not a bad plan B.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you know, the last 2 years winning masters has been, you know, well, nobody else has won a gold medal in this, no medal in this country in the CrossFit Games. So, you know, these things are, I don't know, there's sort of a bit of history as well. And,
definitely.
A huge privilege. So, like, I think I always sound ungrateful when it's like, oh, I want to go to individual, I don't want to be a master, but
it's not. You know, it's what you're expecting out of yourself.
I don't mean to be ungrateful, and it's not like I didn't have to work for all of that, but you know, I've just got one thing in my heart, and I guess you know, I'm driven by that every day, and we'll see. Maybe at 45 I make it back as an individual. Who knows? Yeah.
What do you think about the new rule changes? You know, the super regionals.
We need
the fact that there's going to be maybe the opens now. There's a scale division. Do you reckon they'll make it harder in the open? Will it finally be heavy?
I hope it's a bit heavier in the open, because you know, at the end of the day you turn up to regionals and it's heavy there. Yeah. You can't handle those weights. You know, we see a huge drop off. People perform relatively well in the open and not so well at regionals, and I think this will address that issue. Yeah. So hopefully a scaled will bring more people in to have a go, and then you know, your sort of RX open will be a little bit harder to weed out any weaknesses, I suppose, and you know, get those top 30 from Australia, get the right people there.
Yeah.
To fight out for 5 spots, my God.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. So anyone who doesn't know how you started CrossFit, or you know, just your fitness, you know, background, could you give us a little bit of insight into that? I'm sure you're probably sick of death to hear saying the story.
Excuse me, now my recovery's happening as we speak here. Yeah, so hell, it's licorice all sorts, that's for sure. So I mean, I was a pretty screwed up kid, right? So lots of depression, heavy drinking, and I don't know, like suicidal depression, like not good.
Yeah.
So then I decided to save myself by taking up triathlon, you know, as you do when you're depressed and
from
alcoholic.
One suffering to the other suffering,
But I did, you know, I started triathlon, and before I knew it, I was professional, competing around the world. And
how does one become a professional triathlete?
I don't know. I just started and just kept going. Sort of my attitude, my approach. So I'll just turn up and work hard and see what happens. Yeah. And but that got me to state, national, world titles in triathlon, and I sort of competed over about 10 years, but I actually sort of drank my way out of that. Like old habits die pretty hard, and then I took up cycling and did track cycling with a blind partner. She was on the back, I was the pilot on the front on a tandem bike, and you know, we won state and national titles and we qualified for Paralympics, and but I started drinking again, bailed on her, and she found another partner to go fill that spot at Paralympics. And then I had a few pretty dark years where I worked for wineries, like 7 days a week in wineries, and had a winemaker partner, and just about drank myself to death on the finest wine on the planet. And it was just the tipping point. It's like I couldn't do that anymore, and took up, I became a personal trainer or something, and started to get fitter again, and no drinking, and then I took up, I'd been doing some adventure racing, and then discovered canoeing, and then discovered high kneeling canoeing, which is this insane skinny boat, kneeling position, just paddling, no, what do you call that thing? Fin on the bottom of the fucking boat. Anyway, pretty hard to steer and paddle, and